Good morning, and thank you so much for joining us on the Roundtable here on ASU Radio and Television. My name is Joy Radimini Asanye. Today we'll be discussing the Internet Protocol TV. As technology continues to change the way we live, the broadcast industry is rapidly evolving to these advances as well. And when we talk about the industry, the evolution in the broadcasting world, we're talking the Internet Protocol Television. A lot of people are subscribed to that platform, but there are also a large number of people who do not know what that concept is. And that's what we'll be talking on today's edition of the Roundtable with my guest, Mr. Benjamin Okoroafor. Thank you for coming.
It's a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Yes. So we'll go on a very short break right now. We'll return with more on the Internet Protocol Television, what it's about, what you can gain from it. It's viable for employment for our young people. And what does it mean when you say Internet Protocol Television? Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Sir, can you please give us the permission to search you? You can go.
Is this a movie? If it happened.
Officer, I beg carry and go station. When our Oga come, you come meet am for there.
Hey, Mr. Man, I cannot do that.
Tell your guy to come to our station when he returns.
Am I in a movie? If it happen,
Mama, please.
Mama, please.
Thank God you're here. Do the needful.
Mama, please, just 3 weeks now.
Madam, why did you invite us to come help chase your tenant now?
This is a civil matter now.
Is this a movie? If it happened,
If we follow
The new police law.
Many thanks for staying with us. Like I said earlier, we are discussing the Internet Protocol Television and what it entails and how you as Nigerians can subscribe and be part of this revolutionizing concept. So thank you again, Mr. Okoroafor. But first of all, who can use this or rather you just give us an overview of what the Internet Protocol TV entails.
Well, Internet Protocol TV, as the name implies, is an opportunity for subscribers or anybody who uses the mobile network or any internet network to watch movies, video clips, live TV, and interact via video. Actually, when we say Internet Protocol TV, it's a broad term. It's divided into two specific services. One is called OTT, which is over the top. The OTT service is what is more popular, more common. You have major players in it like YouTube, Netflix, and most online entertainment providers.
Right.
They give you access to pre-recorded videos. It's called over the top because you have free access to it. You don't need to have any special equipment. Once you have access to the internet through a provider, you simply download an app or log on to a website and gain access to their library of videos or content. Interestingly, over the top also applies to social media platforms too, like WhatsApp.
So just as long as it's pre-recorded,
yes,
and then you have access to it?
No, the service is you as a user don't need any special equipment.
Right.
Your normal mobile gadget or your computer system that you can browse with, you can access such content.
Right.
But for IPTV, you are required to have a specific device, usually what they call a set-top box. We generally refer to it wrongly as decoder. It's not a decoder. But it's like a decoder, but decoder is strictly for satellites and terrestrial transmissions. For IP, it's called a set-top box. It's a different, because of the technology behind it. So you need a set-top box to connect to an IPTV service, so you can watch. The reason for that is the service provider controls the connectivity from end to end.
Right.
While for the OTT service, the service provider doesn't care.
Exactly.
It just has its content on the server on the internet. You log into the internet and you access it. So that is why it is easy for people to access services like Netflix, YouTube, Facebook Watch, and the rest of them. All these are OTT services. So IPTV services are more dedicated. And that way they can deliver more high capacity streams to their subscribers, and they regulate the use, and also it's also more expensive.
So when experts say that's the future of TV, what does it really mean?
Well, that is the future of TV, because the technology world is evolving. We are in the digital age now. The world is going IP. We are leaving broadcast transmission. We are leaving UHF, VHF. We are even migrating from radio and satellite dish technology. We are going to IP. If you check in developed countries, broadcast studios are migrating from regular transmission to IP, because 5 years from now, it's going to be the go-to platform for everything. Everything is going online, especially TV and entertainment. And it makes it, formerly we have traditional broadcasting, where you have to sit down. I remember when I was a kid, we have to wait until 4 p.m.
Exactly.
before TV starts.
Exactly.
That has gone. Now we have 24 hours TV. That is also being phased out. Right now we are moving towards user-controlled content. So you as the user, you determine what program to watch, when to watch it.
Exactly.
You don't need to wait for the TV station to tell you, okay, you have to wait till 12 p.m. Or you can select your programs when to watch it. That is where broadcast entertainment is going, and that is easy because it's going on IP. For one, it means it will be cheaper for the broadcast studios to produce content, because the equipment is not you don't need to have very sophisticated transmission equipment. Internet is on air everywhere, so it's cheaper. It is the entry level for any broadcaster is easier now. So you have kids going around with microphone and their cell phones and asking people, conducting vox pop in the market,
and and stuff.
It's fun now, but that is the future of broadcasting. And with IP, the end user don't need to have very fantastic installations in his house. You don't need to put a satellite dish. You don't need an antenna. With your small mobile phone, your computer system, or a set-top box, which is mobile, you don't need to install it. It's plug and play. You can watch TV anywhere. You can watch TV in your car. You can watch TV in your shop. You can watch TV while walking along the road. You don't need to be especially at home in front of a set to consume content. So the future of communication is real time, and we are sure that very soon even the handsets we carry will evolve to something that is simpler and easier. There could be hologram transmission. There could be, I don't want to go into all that, but IP is the future.
Okay, so let's go to people listening to us now, wondering, how do I get it? Where does one get the set-top box? Is it something that a lot of companies, I know that Nigerian government has issued some service providers certificates, but we don't see it as much as we should. It's not in the market as much, or am I wrong to think like that?
No, you are very correct. It's a technology that is slow in catching up, especially in Africa, not just Nigeria, in Africa, largely because it is a service that is dependent on another service.
Okay.
The most available or the most common means of connecting to the data network is through the GSM services. There are others too. There are those who connect through fiber. There are those who connect through satellites. But the most common is, through your mobile phone. So its entry level is easy and the overhead is quite low. But the problem is the networks are not very reliable yet, especially here. So if you're watching maybe a 2 minute or 1 minute or 30-second video on WhatsApp or YouTube, it keeps buffering. It's buffering because the capacity of the network is not sufficient enough for the users. In developed countries, they have such problems, but what they've done is they've increased technology to accommodate the demand. So you hear them doing things like they've done 4G, they've done 5G, they are planning for 6G. Those things are simply saying capacity. We are providing a wider bandwidth to push content through. So no matter what you're watching, no matter how sharp it is, it won't buffer. You can watch very clear quality pictures. But in Africa, we are still on epileptic 3G. Even though we say, okay, we are on 4G, but we are not enjoying through 4G. 4G means you should be streaming at minimum of 2 Mbps, 2 megabits per second. But most people don't have access. Like, sadly, in a place like Ibadan, for instance, sorry to say, they have less than 200 to 300 kbps. So how can they watch high quality videos online? So, but we hope the telcos the GSM companies are doing quite much to improve their capacity to support this demand as it comes. Meanwhile, the companies who have collected licenses to produce set-top boxes are also building capacity. It's a capital-intensive and time-consuming process.
Yes.
And we are starting it. We're coming to the game a little late. So, of course, it will take us maybe a couple of years to get to a level where it becomes mainstream.
Right.
But for now, the future is bright for us.
Okay, but let's talk about how expensive this is. It's going to disrupt the satellite cables that we know, but how expensive is it to have this in your home? Because I know watching HD quality any content, I know how expensive it is. Very often you drain your data trying to watch them.
True.
So is that how can that be the future if it's going to be so expensive?
Well, everything new. I remember when the GSM came out, the SIM card alone was what 60, 80,000 naira. Today it's relatively free.
Okay.
So yeah, so when the technology is new, usually it's cost prohibitive for the end user. But as it saturates the market, the cost comes down. So set-top boxes are also dropping in cost. They've dropped all the way from $80, $90, because of their manufactured overseas, especially in China, which is where the world is at leverage to right now for production of all these gadgets. So we cost it in dollars. Sadly, our exchange rate in Nigeria is not stable, so it may not make much sense to say, okay, this is how much it is in naira. So but it has dropped from about $80, $90 to $20. So it's coming down, the cost of the STB. And our local production facilities too, by the time we start producing locally, we expect to see that those costs come further down. Nigeria is a market on its own. However, the components that should make it a viable market for IPTV services are also still evolving. So it will take some time to catch up. So that is why for now it's a bit cost prohibitive. The average set-top box goes between 15 and 40,000 naira in the market. There are set-top boxes in Nigeria. There are IPTV services in Nigeria. And most Nigerians are using them.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, but it's not mainstream yet because of the cost of acquisition and also the cost of use, because you now have to be responsible for your data. And the way the data framework or sales framework is done right now, it's quite prohibitive for the average Nigerian to want to invest in that. Imagine if you want to watch regular TV on IPTV for an entire month, you'll be spending anywhere between 40 and 80,000 naira on data alone. So it doesn't make sense. So the only people that are enjoying it right now are those who are on either corporate fiber, because on fiber you've already paid for unlimited bandwidth for a month. So no matter what you do on it, you're not attracting costs. So most companies that have fiber in their establishments, yes, they can run on IPTV services and enjoy the whole full spectrum. And it is a more exciting TV experience than your regular satellite.
I really want to know why I will pay as much as 40,000 naira a month. Why is it more exciting? What's different from what you see with your regular cable TV?
Well, for one, you have access to a very rich array of TV content. You know, on IPTV you have 3 classes, and once you access it, you are unlike the regular terrestrial and satellite solutions where you come in, your class has been predefined for you.
Exactly.
You have to small bouquet,
yes.
middle bouquet. Like on IPTV, it's flat. Once you have access to everything, and then you have access to hundreds of channels. In some cases, over 1,000 channels, which is quite a large selection for you to choose from. Apart from the fact that you have access to online TV, especially international TV and some local ones, you also have unlimited access to movies, or what they call video on demand. Video on demand simply means that it is not a live transmission. You can select the movie titles at your convenience. You can say, okay, hey, I want to watch a movie, I want to watch a TV series, I want to watch a documentary, I want to watch a pre-recorded show. For instance, YouTube is just a collection of such video-on-demand titles. Netflix is also the largest video-on-demand provider in the world. So on IPTV and internet TV platforms, you have access to an unlimited array of entertainment. So you don't need to start to scroll through
what channel
to watch, scratching your head, what's interesting. No, you have access to everything. You're even the one who is spoiled for choice. So you don't have such kind of diverse offerings on satellite TV or on terrestrial TV. Those ones, you are given what they offer, and they don't really offer you that much. Maybe between 20 channels, 30 channels, out of which you cannot watch, over 80% of them because it's not interesting to you as a person.
Okay, so the Internet Protocol TV, what's in it for broadcasters, serious broadcasters? I mean, people who want to start up channels, do you still need to subscribe to an IPTV platform, or because it's in the cloud, you just, I don't know, how does it work?
It's more exciting for the producers because you have a lower level of entry. Right now, if you want to produce a show on regular TV, there's a lot of hurdles to cross. Even if you want to operate your own channel, there's a lot of licensing regulations. You have to, there's a lot of hurdles, there's a lot of procedures to follow. But on the internet, just get the content, broadcast it, you're free. You could set up your own website and run your channel. You could take a channel in YouTube, it's relatively free. Or you could meet an established IPTV platform and add your content to their lineup. The downside, because when something is too good on one side,
there's always exactly.
The downside is how you regulate your revenue.
No, before you go to regulating revenue, let's talk how government can regulate content. Because that's such a big issue right now. We're seeing government trying to say taxes should be paid for similar or related organizations that give out content, and regulations should be mated. So let's talk government regulation. Is it possible to regulate such platforms?
Yes, it's very possible.
Okay, how can government?
But governments need to carefully tread, because you see the problem is not so easily navigated through. One, you have 2 or 3 agencies that are in the middle of regulating this. Broadcasting falls under, for instance, in Nigeria, the National Broadcast Commission. Telecoms falls under the Nigerian Communications Commission.
Yeah, exactly.
Good. And they are under 2 different ministers. IPTV bridges both as one service. So who takes the upper hand? So while the Broadcast Commission issues the license to broadcast content, the Communications Commission has to figure out how to license that content without negating or overlapping the responsibilities of the Broadcast Commission. That interchange has not yet been seamlessly worked out. Don't lose hope. Nigeria is the only country facing that problem. In the US, there are hundreds of lawsuits still ongoing to determine where do you draw the line between both agencies that regulate this sector. Government can control content, but now it's a bit difficult because communications has made it easy for just about anybody to generate and distribute content.
True.
So somebody can be in his house and just make a dumb video and post it online, and it goes viral. There is no way you can, how would I put a lid on that right now, apart from burning the whole house just to catch the rat. For instance, we see the issue with ongoing with Twitter.
Yes.
Yeah, Nigerians use Twitter massively, and it's a global platform. It's not restricted to one geographical region. So by saying ban Twitter, people are looking for ways to bypass it. So it makes it a bit difficult with this technology to actually regulate content. You can only sanction the content owners.
Right.
But once it's out there, even if you take it down, it's on the internet. It's what's that word? Propagates, it multiplies. Even if it's something you delete today, somebody has already
downloaded
it or it's stored in a backup server somewhere. There's no guarantee that you have 100% control.
But there's no serious government that will allow anything goes, especially with the consequences of fake news and the chaos that has the potential to cause. So what would you suggest if you have the power?
So, short of censoring individuals, there just need to be some guidelines. I think let's face it, these platforms are owned by people. Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, internet, they are governed by individuals as well. So even though, yes, we're giving the world free reign, they can rein in those users. So once those guidelines, the governments of the world, at least we have the ITU that stands as a kind of multinational government body to regulate communication or telecoms. Certain policies can be pushed out so that all the big internet players should comply with them, and anybody not complying, they can be shut down.
Right.
So if the policies is coming from the platform owners, the subscribers
would have to be careful.
will fall in line. Because for instance, I know on YouTube, if you upload a content that contains somebody else's copyrighted work, YouTube takes it down. So now when people are doing their YouTube videos, they are careful not to introduce copyrighted material into it. YouTube did that all on their own. They didn't need the Nigerian government to force them to do it. So if YouTube, for instance, can do that kind of policy-driven approach, Facebook is doing the same thing. Twitter is also censoring fake news as much as they can. You may not be able to stifle everybody,
exactly.
But if the policy is there and you're enforcing it, yes, there may be one or two people may get away with, but generally, largely, we all understand this is the policy. It will work. But if you want to go it alone, I don't think it would be as effective.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's go back to how broadcasters can make money using the IPTV. So what are the steps? I mean, if I produce content, what now happens?
If you produce content, it depends on the platform. Monetization is done by number of eyes. That is, how popular is your content? Or how popular is the platform your content is hosted on? So does it have easy access from everybody? Marketing IPTV or internet TV online has been a bit tricky, but everybody has followed the Yahoo approach. When Yahoo Mail came out decades ago, they started by giving out free email boxes. And people were signing up, And we're wondering, it costs these guys money to run the servers.
This, exactly.
How come they're giving the whole world free email? Years later, we found out they're trying to build the numbers. When they got a particular number, they started selling advertisements. And they say, hey, come and advertise on our platform.
We have this number of
people that will see it. And then they have an algorithm that once the ad flashes on your mailbox, they know, okay, 10 people have seen this, 40 people have seen this in this location of this, people who have seen it, some are men, some are women, some are this age group. So they could give all those demographics, which traditional broadcasters could not. So these guys could do targeted advertising. It changed the landscape. And that is what IPTV can do. I remember there was one of these elections, Edo State elections, some years ago, 2017, I think, or so. I was in Uganda, and I was watching TV, and I saw the Edo governorship campaign. It was useless to me there. Nobody in Uganda is going to vote for the on the election. So why is it being broadcast in a country in East Africa when that information is meant for particular individuals in Nigeria? So, but with online TV broadcasting, you can target who sees what advert. You can reach the people directly. Government want to say, hey, there's flood warning in Lokoja, and they send out messages. Through internet targeted advertising, you can get to the appropriate people in that location that will be affected. People who are living in Kwara, people who are living in Port Harcourt don't need to get that warning. They won't get it. Right now, if you do it on TV, everybody gets it.
True.
So, because you can have targeted advertising, you can regulate how much return can be calculated for each content owner. So it guides the content developer to know, okay, this is the audience I'm preparing this for. And if this is the audience, these are the reach, I can calculate how much revenue I can get back from the platform owner. Or the platform owner can say, okay, you're going to pay me X number of amount to host your content. And then you go meet brand advertisers to see maybe they want to publish their brand on your content. And then whatever money you make, we could share. So it's fluid. It's easy for producers, content owners to discuss revenue
Yes.
with the platform owners. Sometimes even the producers and content owners can be their own platform owners. So it's flexible. There's like I said, the rules of entry is quite little and the entry bar is very low. It's easier now. Anybody can be a content owner, a content producer now with internet platforms. Unlike using traditional medium, which means there's a waiting list and you need to be relevant before anybody will listen to the content you're offering. Yeah.
So what is the need for the teeming Nigerian youth with so much talent in music, drama, and all sorts? What's in it for them?
Yeah, it's easy now. Anybody can. I mean, they go to, when people mention talent, they go to talent is music.
Exactly.
So anybody can get into a studio now, and funny enough, with certain apps, you don't even need a studio. You can use your phone and record music, and use some online tools, or you can purchase some software and stay in your bedroom and edit a soundtrack and push it out on YouTube or SoundForge or any other platform. And there are even some popular apps that carry sound files, music tracks for free just to promote. So anybody now can get into the entertainment business. We know of what they call online celebrities or social media celebrities.
Yes.
These guys don't have skills. They don't have shows. They just do skits, post it on YouTube, and overnight they are sensations. There's a girl called Tahuma who does very funny skits, and she's a celebrity. There's we have several like that who have made a name for themselves just by making use of online resources without having to go through traditional process of waiting for one established celebrity to invite you to his show and introduce you to the world. Now you can introduce yourself to the world. Once you have internet access, you have a laptop, you're good to go.
But there's always that issue of not knowing. A lot of them struggle. It takes a lot for you to break even. Is it that it's information, they are not aware how to latch in and make monies, and some have figured it out? What's that problem they often face?
No matter how much you look at it, every profession or every endeavor requires some level of training, requires some level of skill acquisition, level of business savvy. It's one thing to be talented, which is why you have experts, professionals. They hire managers who brings in the business acumen side of, you can play football very well. You need a manager to market you.
True.
To sell you to the right people. If you go with a manager that is not, who doesn't understand the terrain well, you lose. You don't go high. If you go with the best ones, you go high. So the same thing applies to everything you do. Nobody can make it overnight without training and experience behind it. Either you acquire those two yourself, or you get somebody who already have the skills to partner with you and propel or promote you. They know the right platforms to use. They know when. They know what to negotiate. They know what you should carry, when to release what. It's a whole lot of, it's a skill. So most people just see that, oh, okay, this person can do it, I can do it. Without knowing the other person that they are looking up to pass through a lot of rigorous, painstaking process.
True.
To get there. But in the end, the whole thing looks easy. So anybody who wants to make it online needs to first of all study it. Needs to first of all learn how does it work. There are certain things to consider. There's the business and marketing aspect of it. That has nothing to do with pressing a computer or mouse. Certain things you need to understand about how to sell online. And then by the time you combine your talent, your opportunity, and that skill, then the sky is the limit.
So what happens with the IPTV? Is it possible to still understand the algorithm, understand how many people have seen adverts on that, on your content? Is it still that simple?
Yeah, it's easy. Because basically it runs on a developed platform. And this platform has reporting or audience measurement tools. It's like part of the framework. You need to have it to know if this is working or not. For instance, apps like Netflix, they have a measuring tool to know, okay, we have 40 movies under probably this genre. How many of them are people watching? There's a new movie out now on Netflix, Fatherhood, by there's this comedian, Kevin Hart. They say it's their most watched movie now, about 61 million users. They're cool because there's a
measuring
algorithm that tells you, okay, 61 million of our subscribers have watched this movie. They can even tell you how many have finished the movie, how many have watched only 10 minutes of it. It's that detailed. So with this kind of tools, it is easy to measure. It is easy to rate. And they can also say, okay, hey, we've had this title on our platform for 4 months. Nobody has seen it. So we should take it off.
But for content providers who depend on pay as you click, is that how it's called? Yeah, pay as you click before advertisers pay them. And I'm watching TV very often. If a sponsored ad comes up, I will not go looking for how to click on that, would I?
Yeah.
I mean, on your phone, it's easier. You could say, okay, I want to check out this sponsored ad. I want to know what they are doing. But when it comes to TV, are you also expected to get your subscribers to click on those?
No, I think it's basically what they call those ones impressions. So,
Okay.
how many people watch a particular program? Like for instance, on YouTube uses that system to rate how they pay people. It depends on how many viewers have seen or watch your channel or your videos, and then they pay you per maybe 1,000 viewers, 10,000 viewers, 1 million viewers. They pay out because they run ads on your channel.
True.
Now, but on linear TV, you may not have the privilege of either skipping the ad or delving further into it. But on IPTV, you could, because it's a two-way transmission. For instance, on linear TV or normal television transmission is one way. You as the viewer, you cannot feedback.
It's imposed on you.
Yeah, you cannot feedback. But on internet-based TV, it's a two-way communication. You can feedback. There's a technology coming out now that I really find very, very interesting. It's not yet mainstream. If you are watching a movie and you like the shirt a particular actor or actress is wearing, you can click on it and it takes you to an online store and you can order that shirt, that particular dress for yourself, and come back to the movie. If it's advertisers are people like Coca-Cola, they're actually investing heavily in that platform right now. So they could actually, while a movie is going on, the actor could pick up a bottle of Coke, and that's the advert right there. They don't need to come and pause the show and then start running Coca-Cola ad. They integrate their products into the production.
Right.
And then they sponsor the product instead of paying for advert. So either way, the content owner or the producer still gets some benefit from it. And then if it is integrated in the program itself, subtly, the viewers don't have the opportunity to skip it. Most times what we do when commercials come on,
you skip it.
Leave the room, go and drink water, go to the restroom. But now when it's in the show, when it's part of the story, you can't run from it.
True.
So mostly the feature is IP, that's where it's going. So, and these things can be digitally inserted even after production is complete.
So content providers who have long finished their products can still...
Yeah, can still inject these ads into it. You can put it in the backgrounds of the if for instance, the movie. You can introduce products in the backgrounds, on the table, in the furniture, all over the place. You can run it as bylines or as scrolling text. You can do a lot of things with it that make sure that people get to see it. And that is what advertisers want. They want to say, hey, people are watching our efforts. People are watching our message.
Right.
That's when they pay for that.
But what happens, how does it hurt the content provider when ads pop up and we skip? Some of us skip it. What does it do?
It shows that, one, it hurts the ad because they are spending a lot of money and they're not getting value for what they're spending because people are not really appreciating the advert. I know that there's this feature of YouTube where after 5 seconds you can skip the ad. 99% of people skip the ad. Maybe on some few ads that resonate with the viewer, then you can let it play. But generally, so what they're trying to tell advertisers is, look, make your advert, send your message in between 5 to 10 seconds. If you cannot convince the viewer between 5 to 10 seconds, your ad will not be accepted. Gone are the days of 1 minute ads.
Exactly.
5 minute ads. So and that's what advertisers are trying to do now. They want to cram everything within 5 seconds and get out. So if they can do the same thing for broadcast TV, yeah, it would. But the problem with that is broadcast TV sell adverts in 30 seconds, 45 seconds,
True.
1 minute. And by the time you have 5, 6, 7, 8 advertisers in a program, it becomes too long and people get, bored. quickly with it. But with online TV, you can regulate these things easily.
Okay, we'll go on a very short break right now, and when we return, we'll open phone lines so that you too can contribute to the discussion today. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Today is a demonstration of leadership and faith in the safety and efficacy of the vaccines. I have received my first jab, and I wish to commend it to all eligible Nigerians to do same so that we can be protected from the virus. I urge all state governments, traditional and religious leaders to take the lead in the mobilization effort within their environment and spheres of influence. The vaccine offers hope for a safe country free of coronavirus. I similarly urge all eligible Nigerians to present themselves and be vaccinated in accordance with the order of priority already mapped out at the various authorized designated centers only.
Many thanks for staying with us. We've been discussing Internet Protocol TV, the benefits to you and I, and how it could also benefit Nigerian youth, the teeming Nigerian talented youth. So, Mr. Benjamin, let's talk how this TV owners could make it easier. Is there a way you could make it cheaper for the average Nigerian? Because there's competition, for content now. How can you make it easy? But before you go there, let me quickly open phone lines. I had promised that I'll open phone lines after the break. The number to call is 090-5740-8127. That is 090-5740-8127. We already have a caller. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, name and location, please.
My name is Austin Onwabagi.
Austin, go ahead.
I just wanted to say that all your guests on set have said is on point. The way we say in our normal balance this time. The truth is that Internet Protocol TV is the way to go. And then the Nigerian government particularly is on top of this situation. You recall that not too long, I guess, particularly at this administration, Lai Mohammed launched the IPTV specifically in Jos. And I think some few weeks or a month back, it was launched in Lagos too. That's to making it, a norm for our people. Gone are the days that you watch TV for free, as it were. Like he said, people will remain view on their TV and all of it. The OTT and the IPTV are the way we go using the satellite, the fiber, or the GSM, as it were. So the world over, people are inclining to this real new development or ICT way of doing things. So we must not be left behind.
Right.
So I salute you for bringing this as a topic today. And I want to quickly say, ASO TV is not left behind because we can see that you are doing your best. For bringing this, I must confess you're the top-notch among television stations around the country hitting on this very key point.
I appreciate that.
And I thank you. Keep the good
I appreciate
work
that. Thank you. Yes.
A good one.
Yes. So let's go back to how IPTV service providers can make it easier. Are there steps that can be taken to ensure that the average Nigerian enjoy this wonderful concept?
Yes. we just need to appreciate what the challenges are. For me, the challenges are threefold.
Okay, apologies. We have yet another caller. Hello, good morning. Okay, we lost that connection. 09057408127. That's the number to call. Please go ahead.
Okay. We need to appreciate what the challenges are. Like I said, they are threefold. First of all, you have the challenge of network reliability, and the challenge of data cost, and the challenge of awareness or mass sensitization. Now, the part of network reliability, like I said, we are very grateful to the GSM operators or the network service providers in Nigeria. They are improving or upping their game. It's taking some time because it's actually capital intensive to both increase capacity and provide expanded data offerings, despite the business environment we have in Nigeria. Power is an issue, security is an issue, but they're doing well. Not as fast as we would like to, because we seem to take certain things for granted.
Okay, please hold your thoughts. We have another caller. Hello, good morning. Good morning, are you there? Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
Name and location?
My name is Imaisa.
Okay.
I'm a public affairs analyst.
Imaisa, so good to hear from you this morning. Please go ahead with your question or observation.
Yeah, I just want to commend you for the program today, the topic especially, the IPTV protocol. And welcome, Mr. Okoroafor.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, sir.
Yes. I think one of the challenges that we have is the challenge of access to internet in Nigeria and the high cost. And I know the government has been working around this to bring the cost of internet down. So we need to continue to put pressure on the government to make sure that, because if you compare Nigeria to other countries, you will see that the cost of internet in other countries and the quality of internet in other countries as compared to Nigeria is better compared as to Nigeria is concerned. So let's keep the conversation going on, and I don't want Joy, I want to encourage you to bring back your guest again so that we'll press the government on it.
No problem, Ima. One of these days you should come on the set again, and we talk about the ICT and broadcasting. Thank you so much, Ima. Ima is a regular guest on the show, so he seems to understand. Thank you so much for that. So you were talking about how to make it easier for the Nigerians.
So while we cannot wait for...
I have to apologize again. We have yet another caller. Hello, good morning. Are you there? Good morning. Okay, I think the connection is poor. That connection is poor, so please call us back, 09057408127, and we have him back. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, good morning. My name is Malam. I guess what your guest just spoke about is not possible. However, when you talk about the music and some other things, you don't realize that some of the content that are being posted will not be what the viewers need to watch. Government, our government must be available to regulate this type of thing, so that at the end of the day, it is the content you want to watch that you will watch, not that you are watching a program that you like, the program pump up. The reason why you see that program is because you don't think it's relevant to you. So government, while they are getting this new technology, we just have to be careful what advertisers, what punch up for people viewing to watch. Because advertisers can inform. That's my conclusion.
Thank you, Mala Majala.
Thank
you so much for that.
That's an excellent point.
Regulating the advertisers as well.
Is the nightmare part of it.
Exactly.
But I think that is why the broadcasters are licensed. So the broadcasters or platform operators are responsible.
Okay. Good morning. Hello. Thanks for joining us.
Hello, good morning.
Name and location, please.
Actually, my name is Dawe. I'm calling from Ludwig.
Please go ahead.
Yeah. I just want to ask Mr. Ben, I want to thank you very much for providing all this enlightenment. And we agree that this is actually the way to go. Yes, the IPTV is like it's being done in many developed countries. But my concern is more of this of penetration. You know, it's a very lofty idea, but how does it penetrate? You know, the earlier caller spoke about the digital launching it in Jos and in Lagos. What about different parts of the country? How does we penetrate this IPTV? How does it penetrate other parts of the country? So that it just become a normal way of watching TV. Thank you.
Right. Okay. Thank you for that.
Yeah, I think the question is clear. That we got it right. Penetration, I told you there were three challenges.
Yes.
Yeah, you had the challenge of network reliability, challenge of cost of access to the data, and the challenge of awareness. Because when you say penetration, networks are everywhere. The GSM service covers at least 93 to 96% of the Nigerian land mass assistance. So you can actually get service anywhere. And wherever there's service, there's data.
There's data, right.
So the potential for IPTV access already exists. The problem is, one, the quality of network may not be robust enough for you to watch video seamlessly in some locations. Two, the cost of watching that video, the data cost, data overhead, may be prohibitive for the rural dweller. Because I know even for people who buy data just for WhatsApp, they still pause the data. Maybe they buy 200 MB or I don't know. And then they send the message, they turn off the data. So when you reply the message, it's undelivered. You have your one check mark, you have to wait for like any time the person says, okay, maybe in a 2 or 3, let me turn it on, let my messages drop and I turn it off again. So people are
What does that work?
I don't know if they don't understand it. But they are mising the data in order because of the cost. So it's a problem. Even the telcos are a bit worried because revenue from voice calls have dropped.
Okay. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning. My name is Abdul Jalal from Mina.
Okay. Thanks for joining us. What's your...
Yeah, I want to say this is a very great initiative that will take of time because I've been using this People TV for long. So I would like to say it's a very good bring to the country.
Okay, so let me quickly ask you, how is the internet situation in Mina? Are you able to stream effortlessly?
Yeah, very smooth.
Okay. I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
We are running out of time, so you might just have to round up and tell us how what service providers can do so that it gets cheaper.
Yeah, for one, we've been able to come up with codecs that ensures that no matter how poor the network is in your location, you can still stream video without buffering. Secondly, the challenge of data. We've been able to come to some sort of understanding. The government has been very helpful by reducing the data price floor, so we can get lower charges for data. And for instance, like in People TV, what we do, we bundle our service along with data. So when you pay for a month, say about 3,500, that covers your entire data cost for streaming,
wow,
both TV and video for the entire month.
But one still has to be very careful not to overdo it.
No. The way it is regulated so that you're only accessing people's TV content.
Right.
So that way, we keep the traffic within our own service. It doesn't go. If you now want to access other internet-based services, you need to go and apply for, another data plan.
Right.
And that will satisfy Facebook, browsing, and other things like that. And then when it comes to awareness, which is the third problem, which is where the issue is, we need to sensitize Nigerians that, first of all, solutions exist to these challenges.
Right.
All people see are challenges. Network is bad, so therefore this won't work. Or data is expensive, so therefore this won't work. But we need to let them know that we've solved these problems. We are working in tandem with the telcos, with the regulators, and we are doing the best we can to ensure that we push out TV to everybody, because that is how development comes. It comes through information.
Unfortunately, this is where I'll have to cut you. Benjamin Okoroafor, thank you so much for coming to our studios and talking about the Internet Protocol TV. We've been discussing how you and I can get in line with the IPTV and enjoy a variety of content. My name is Joy Radimini Asanye. This is where we round it up on the Roundtable. Have a blessed day.